Mark Zeese here, Bible Land Explorer. I trust all is well with you in the place where you are. The place where I am is Sparta, Greece. And here in Sparta, we're all familiar with the great warrior families that dot the pages of history. But what you may not know is that the site of Sparta actually sorta appears in the Bible. What I'm referring to is not the Bible that we Protestants carry around, but rather the larger scripture that includes the Deuterocanon, the books that are tucked in between the text of the Old Testament and the text of the New. One of those is called 1 Maccabees. And in the book of 1 Maccabees, we read about how a Jewish state was established in the 2nd century BC. And we also read about how one of the brothers, the Maccabees, the Hasmoneans, the king of this Jewish state, sought to politically align this kingdom with the larger powers in the West. Jonathan writes a letter to Rome, and he also writes a letter to Sparta. And in his letter to the Spartans, he says, we've been family for a long time. And he makes reference to a previous letter that was written by the high priests. Both of these communications suggest to us that it was acknowledged by both the Spartans and also by the Jews that they were of kindred ilk, that they were related in some way, and maybe even go back to the time of Abraham. Now that causes us to scratch our chin a bit. Why, how can these pagans, if you will, of southern Greece be related to the Jews? I don't know. But there is a scarce, small, slight connection. If you follow down through the genealogy of Abraham, through Keturah, which maybe links the Spartans to the Jews. I don't know. I think it's the stuff of the History Channel, the conspiracy type stuff. But maybe a better way to read this is they're identifying themselves a similar warrior spirit. I can certainly see when I read the story of the Maccabees, the figure of the king of Sparta standing before them. We will fight or die.